My name is Elvis Ortega, and I am here with the PhD Mariano Herrera for an interview about the teacher role in curriculum design.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be with you with this interview, and I hope we fulfill your expectations.
Okay, all right, let's start. Pedagogical professionals are in charge of curriculum design. What is the main reason for participation of a pedagogical professional in curriculum design team in an institution?
Yes, well, first I would like to say what I think about priorities in education. And the first thing I want to say is that if I were a Ministry of Education and I had to choose from different alternatives of policies, I think the most important thing that we need in our educational systems are very, very good teachers. So teacher training, teacher universities must have a main role in this issue of, if we are talking about quality of education. So if I had to choose, my first choice wouldn't be to change the curriculum or to modify or to design a new curriculum. But said that, I also would like to say that in general, in professions like engineering or medicine or law, professionals are more independent and more autonomous than teachers. They can choose alternatives in front of different cases. For example, a doctor, if he has someone that comes with an illness to see him, he can choose from a treatment or another treatment, or even the same illness, the same case could be different if the persons have different contexts or different histories. And he can change the treatment, even if the same illness, from person to person because of that. But and the lawyers too, and the engineers also choose different technologies according to the situation, the geography, or other aspects of the reality. Teachers don't choose the content they have to teach, and they don't even choose the methodology of teaching, the pedagogy or the didactics. In the curriculum, everything comes done, and they have no choice. They have to teach some mathematics to a specific age, a certain grade, and with the constructivism as something that has to be done that way. So it's a new thing that teachers' participation in curriculum becomes true. It's a new thing. Never teachers have designed any curriculum in Latin America. It's done by the Ministry of Education with experts that they choose, that they select from different universities, but the consultation with the teacher is rare. It's not very frequent. Most often what happens is that a few teachers are selected and they express their opinions, but it's not the main reason to choose contents or methodologies for the curriculum. So it would be a good thing if this could come to reality in facts. Teachers should be consulted, and they should have enough professional skills to be able to design a curriculum, or at least to interpret the curriculum in their situation and in their schools. But it's not the case right now. Right now, teachers are teaching what is in the textbook, or if they have access to the curriculum, to the official curriculum, which is not very frequent, they can follow it. But in general, they don't have access to that, and they mostly they follow the textbook of the year, of the course, and of the content of any field, mathematics or language or whatever. So if we think about professions in general, it could be a very good thing that in reality, teachers could participate in the elaboration of a curriculum, of a national curriculum, or at least as it is in several countries in Europe and in America, that they could choose part of the curriculum of their own school, of their own grade, of their own field. And that could be a good thing, because they should have that skill. But I'm certainly not very sure that actual teachers that are working in actual schools do master that skill. I don't think so. I think they are not prepared, and I think they are not used to participate in the curriculum design.
Okay, excellent. Curriculum design specialists have skills, competence, and experience in curriculum development.
Yeah.
Do you think that a primary school teacher have such skills to work in curriculum design?
As I said, I don't think so at the moment. Actually, there is not enough preparation of these teachers for having these skills. I think they can have it. I think they have an opinion. I think they have an experience, and some of them can have an expertise from the experience. But they have not been trained. There has not been an official kind of training, or even a technical kind of training, for them to be able to master those skills. So I think they should be listened, they should be trained, but right now in the actual situation, maybe some of them are, but most of them are not prepared to assume that responsibility.
Okay, excellent. Taking into account the skills of the primary school teacher, do you think that teachers should have a more involved role in the writing of curriculum?
Yes, I do. I do think that teachers should have much more participation and responsibility in the curriculum design, so first of all, they feel it's theirs. It's something they are more involved with, personally involved with, but mostly professionally involved with, and they should learn during initial training in the universities to know about curriculum design and to know what are the skills that they have to master to be able to design a curriculum. But it's not what in the actual skills they master in reality. I don't think there are many of them that are really able to do that, as I said before. But I do think they should. I do think there should be a kind of reform of both the reality of the schools, where teachers could have a certain grade of level of decision in what to teach and how to teach according to the context and the reality of the schools, and also in the universities that are in charge of the formation of the teachers to develop those skills during the career, during the university itinerary of these future professionals.
Okay. We know that the curriculum has several elements that compose it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think are the most important elements to put emphasis on the elaboration of the curriculum?
Well, I think the curriculum has the most important issue that has a curriculum, the most important thing that you should think of when you're designing a curriculum is, what do you want the students to learn? What do you want the students to learn? What are the skills? What are the final skills you want them to have? If the teachers, because a curriculum is something that society tells the educational system, and it's a mandate. You have to accomplish that. You have to achieve what the curriculum says in your schools. It's society who says, we're now with a problem, with an ecological problem in society. So now you have to have in the schools that kind of skills. All the students that go through the educational systems should master the let's say ecological problems and solutions. It was not in the curriculum that is actually working in the schools. So now society asks the educational system to have that content as well. So what is important is that in the curriculum you could find those final skills that at the end of the school system, at the end of when you're 16 or 17 years old and you finish high school, what should you master then? What skills should you master there? And then go back and see what does that mean in every grade, in every school year, so and in every field. That's the most important thing to have. I don't think that a curriculum should have should choose in the curriculum as mandatory the pedagogical methods or the didactics. Just that is where the professional autonomy of the teachers should be more important and free. Teachers should follow the curriculum in terms of what society needs the students to know at the end, but the teachers should be able to choose how to teach it, how to find the ways to make students learn what is expected them to learn. But if you put in the curriculum everything, the content, the sequence, and the pedagogical method, then it's not a profession. Then you're a rule follower. And I don't think a teacher should be a rule follower. It's a professional, and in the skills he should master are specifically those of where he has an expertise, which is in pedagogy and didactics. If that comes as mandatory in the curriculum, then the society is not really believing that teachers are professionals. They are not seen as professionals. They just follow orders.
Okay, excellent. The elements of curriculum and therefore its foundation must be developed in the teaching practice. What is the difference between theory and curriculum application?
Well, I think the theory should be the orientation, because in the theory are the evidence-based elements that can orient the practice of the curriculum. But that's the difference. In theory is an accumulation of knowledge, of experience, that once it has passed through a scientific process, it is shown as what is best to do, because it has been verified that if you work with this kind of theory, you really achieve what you should achieve, which is make students learn what they have to learn. But it's just right there that it stops. From then on, the teachers have to really fight with reality and know every one of their students, be aware of what context is there, and then to put that into practice will depend on that reality and the context and the situations of every individual students, individual classrooms. And that's the difference. You know, from the theory, you have the evidence about what works, because it has been verified, and it has strong foundations. But the practice will orient you about what to choose in what moment and what to do in different contexts.
Very well. Thank you very much for telling me your point of view of the subject matter and have shared this space for the camera. It was being a pleasure talking for you. One time next time, thank you very much.
Yeah.